I understand that most times people are in position, high position, that are not qualified for the position, and you who are qualified for the position cannot get the job because of your skin color or the class that you have been put in. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. So today I'm gonna be answering a question that came in to me from one of my subscribers. Like I've always said on this channel, if you guys have any topic that you would like me to cover, without a doubt, send me an email or leave it in the comment section. If and when I have the time, I will definitely address it. If I believe that it is substantial or suit the topic of my channel, I will address it. This question was asked of me a couple days ago, but I had to contact the person to verify what exactly did they mean by the question, because the question pretty much says, how important do I think education is to black people in 2021? Didn't quite understand the question, but the person who asked the question clarified it for me, and pretty much the question is really, how much advantage do I think higher education gives to black people in 2021? It's a golden question, one that I truly appreciate. So once again, the question is not how important is education to black people in 2021. Education has always been important to black people in every decade that I can think of. When I was born, after I was born, before I was born. Education is the key to success. That's what was said. However, I did coin a quote that says education was once promoted until it became a threat. And because I wrote that, and I honestly believe in that, is one of the reasons why I believe I can speak on this topic and enforce my views on the topic. So again, to make it very clear to my viewers and subscribers, the question is, how much advantage do you believe higher education for black people is in 2021? Some of you, like myself, must know quite a few people with O-levels, A-levels, bachelors, masters, and sometimes doctorate, who are still unemployed and continue to be unemployed. That has been a fact for years, not only in recent years. That has been a fact for years. Many people, black and white people, invest in their children after high school to go to college, to go to university, to follow their dream, their passion, and be qualified in several fields. However, after acing these tests and getting these certificates and these diplomas, you find that you can't do the job because you can't find employment. You find yourself having to be unemployed or settling for menial jobs. This is the way it is. Okay, the question was pointed out to a particular race, my race, black people. Do I think it is of any advantage for a black person in 2021 to have a doctorate, a master, a bachelor? It's a tough one, because I would say, as an author, as an educator, I believe in education. And I would encourage every human being, black or white, to be as educated as they can be in all fields, or fields that they're passionate about or have some interest in. Does it promise you employment? No, it doesn't promise you employment. Not in 2021, not in 2020, not in 2010, not in the year 2000. It does not promise you any success. It's like having a driver's license. It doesn't promise you a car. You're just licensed to drive, but you have to get yourself a car. So having your masters, your bachelors, your A levels, and your O levels, after that you have another hurdle to cross, because now you're in the rat race. Because remember, you're not the only person with the masters, the bachelor, the doctorate, and so on. When it comes to black people, this is where prejudice plays a part in the job market. So then again, it depends on where you are geographically. I understand that it is a shame that in most cases it's not what you know, but who you know. So let's say you're in a country that is predominantly black, like Jamaica, where you can't really cry foul. You can't really say, well, it's because I'm black while they're not giving me the job, while 95% of the people here are black. So it comes down to not how qualified you are, but how much contacts you have. Who do you know? Who can plug you in? I understand that most times people are in position, high position, that are not qualified for the position, and you who are qualified for the position cannot get the job because of your skin color or the class that you have been put in by society. But if we're speaking outside of Jamaica, in countries such as Canada, England, the United States of America, or even Switzerland, how much advantage does it give a black person to be qualified in these countries? Not a lot. Not a lot. So I want to tread carefully here, because I don't want to say something that can be easily misunderstood. What I'm saying is I promote education, but at the same time, let's say a high school education or even a secondary education, I can understand when someone say, why bother go to university? Why bother get a student loan to get all these subjects or all this diploma and certificate that I have to pay back a student loan for, but I can't get a job? It makes one wonder, are schools the true hustlers? Are universities the true hustlers? There's a lot of people with law degrees, but they cannot find a job as a lawyer. And they still need money in order to open their own law firm, so to speak. So would you consider it be worthwhile that that person had invested in a law degree? On one side, yes. On another side, no. The side, yes, I would say it was worthwhile, because it's better to have a law degree and not need it than to need one and not have it. So that's how I would look at that there. But let me broad brush this to how the question was asked. It was asked not of myself, not of a small number of black people, but black people worldwide. It is clear that we have to be lucky after we're qualified. So the qualification doesn't work by itself. The question was asked, and there was an undertone of the question, even though the person didn't say this, but I sensed the undertone of, in comparison to a white person. I know people who are truly qualified that are white, that can find jobs in their field. I personally have experienced denial of jobs because I was told that I am overqualified. Overqualified, in my opinion, is a made-up word that somebody came up with to let you down gently, to dismiss you gently. Overqualified, is there such a word? Is there actually a definition to say someone is overqualified? Let's say we're talking about opening a can of beans. I know how to open a can of beans, but how can you be over knowledgeable to open a can of beans? You can't, okay. I have a proficiency in legal studies. Can I have too much proficiency in legal studies? If the answer is yes, then I'm overqualified. But personally, I don't think you can have too much proficiency in any field that you should be labeled as overqualified, and because you're overqualified, we can't employ you. Even though you saw the job and the wage and the salary and everything did not offend you, you applied for the job, but you're told that you're overqualified. So given this question a fair width, a wide breadth of it, I also have to say, for some of us, in comparison to another race, it is clear that it is because you're black why you didn't get that job, because you're qualified and maybe the next person got the job and they weren't as qualified as you. But then it depends also on your age bracket, you know. I am an employee as much as I am an employer. I have been an employer in several sectors, and in most cases it is to my advantage and my benefit to employ the younger person over the older person despite their skin color. We are in a technological era where a lot of things are being done online or can be accessed online. Higher education, if you can afford it without it breaking your bank, then go for it. If you can't afford it, I don't really think you're losing out on much. It's kind of like when we used to go to school and had to do a math test and the teacher says, please do not use a calculator. That is our learning phase. But let's face it, after we graduate and get into the working world, everybody uses a calculator. So, what I'm trying to say here is, going to school to be proficient in a field where that same information can be found online, what's the difference? And that is applied to black or white. Do I think it is advantageous for black people to have higher education today? It depends on where you live in this world, in this society. That is my take on it. When I do my videos, I have nothing pre-written. They come off the top of my head because I want my opinion and my views to be as honest as possible. Sometime after I close the video, I realize that I didn't input something that I should, or that I thought, or that I believe. And this subject could be widened, but thank God for you, my viewers and subscribers. You guys can put your input and let me know, do you think having a higher education is an advantage to black people in 2021? If yes, why? If no, why? Before I go, let me big up some of my subscribers.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
First and foremost, I want to big up Marva Roberts. Marva Roberts, you are one subscriber that never failed to wish me good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. So Marva, big up yourself. Secondly, I want to big up Joy. Joy, you know how I feel about you. You are one of my favorite subscribers. Ivelyn D. Ivelyn, big up yourself. Health Light. Margie I. Phillips. Lorraine Codrington. Lorraine, big up yourself. And last but not least, I want to big up Malachi J. Malachi J, big up yourself.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
And that's pretty much it today, people. Let me know what you think about this video. As you know, on my channel, I appreciate thumbs up and thumbs down, agreement and disagreement, people, because at the end of the day, each one teach one. You've reached the end of my video, and that in itself is a support that I truly appreciate. And while I'm at it, I will take this time out to let you guys know other ways that you can support my channel. The first and simplest way that you can support my channel is by giving this video a thumbs up. And the second and most important way that you can support this channel is by hitting that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel and follow me through my YouTube journey. Other ways that you can support my channel is by going to my Teespring online store and buying some of my merch. And another way that you guys can also support this channel is by joining me in Patreon to give me a contribution to support what I do on YouTube and what I do to entertain you guys. Once again, I want to thank you guys for your continuous support and ask that you join me, Ian T. Sebast, on YouTube and see where my journey takes me. Until next time, people. Peace.